Hi guys, how are you all today evening? Good evening. In this verse of Ashtavakra Gita, Raja Janaka tells Ashtavakra, lo and behold, a self-realized human being or a self-realized soul is not tainted by lust or anger or virtue or vice, just like smoke cannot cover the other. This is one very simple but deep rooted meaning in this. There is deep rooted meaning in this particular verse. This is a deeply rooted, meaningful verse. Vice and virtue don't taint the self realized soul, just like smoke does not cover the other. We all know that this other or space, which is known as space in the scientific language, is everywhere in the universe. It is endless and depthless and bottomless. It has no end and no beginning. It is in the atmosphere, at the top, and everywhere. Similarly, according to Raja Janaka, the self is everywhere. Now, if the other is everywhere, it cannot be covered by smoke because smoke is limited. Any amount of smoke cannot cover the entire length and breadth and depth of the other. So it is useless to think that smoke can cover the other. If you feel so, it is the fault of your eyes and not the fault of either the smoke or the other. Similarly, virtue and vice cannot taint a self-realized soul. Why? A self-realized soul identifies himself or herself with the soul, the self. He or she does not identify himself or herself with this mind body complex. Virtue and vice are extensions of the qualities of the mind body complex. The five evils that haunt every living entity in this material world are kama, lust, krodha, anger, lobha, greed, moha, illusion, and ahankara, false ego. False ego, the very fact that this false ego is actually one living entity identifying himself or herself with this mind body complex. The virtue and vice are based on these five evils. Virtue means all divine qualities like truthfulness, honesty, clarity, sympathy, empathy, forgiveness, kindness, and helpfulness, and all such qualities which make a person a pleasing personality. On the other hand, vice is born out of these five evils, that is, lust, anger, greed, illusion, and false ego. When a person is self realized, he or she is detached from this mind body complex, just like a drop of water is detached from a petal of lotus. The water sits on the lotus petal, but when it falls out, it does not leave even one trace on the lotus petal. Similarly, the self realized soul may be in a mind body complex, but he or she is detached from the mind body complex. If it is so, then how can virtue and vice, which are totally mind body complex related, taint the self, which is detached and which has no part in this body complex? This is what Janaka wants to tell Ashtavakra. Kindly let me know what you think of my talk on this subject. If you sincerely feel that I am talking sense, kindly subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that I can keep informing you about my future and past videos. Please feel free to share your ideas, thoughts, opinions, quizzes, etc. with me so that we all can brainstorm together and come up with new ideas that can be helpful to spiritual students in the future. Please pardon me for my appearance, mistake, error, blunder, etc. in my spelling, grammar, diction, etc. because when I am focusing on some serious spiritual or material matter, I tend to forget how to express myself. It is not exactly my doing, it just happens. Till we meet next time in my next video, it is a good evening from TSV Raghavan.